Sometimes the light is a little bit harsh when you've been living in the dark. Too much exposure to current events makes you burrow into the ground like a mole, burying your head like an ostrich. So I can't really look at the light for too long. you know? It's bright. But I suppose that's what differentiates a man from a boy. You know, Plato, he had his allegory of the cave. A lot of people are put off by Plato. Why? Haven't you done your research? Well, maybe you have. Maybe you're reading him in the ancient Greek. And maybe you know a few things. A thing or two that I don't know, even though I do know him pretty well. But maybe you object to Platonic doctrine. Maybe you are a cave dweller like me. I live in a cave. I don't like the light. The light is bad for my skin. It's bad. Too much. And I start to go a little bit, when I'm in the dark, I'm happy. Happy. See, I think light is overrated. I used to have a lot of friends who spent a lot of time in the sun. Now here I am, I can't even stand a little bit of light from a lamp. I can't stand my friends. What are you looking at? I feel rebuked by the lamp. I go to a nurse. She's really delicate and fragile like a flower, and she's so lovely. She wants to put her hands on me, run her hands along my skin, and I tell her, you don't want to do that. She insists. I just want to take care of you. You look like you have no one taking care of you. Maybe we could go out for coffee after this meeting and get to know each other. I like to get to know people outside of their appointments if I feel a connection with them. Madam, you're an angel. I think you're fabulous. But I hate the sunlight. So do you drink coffee at night? I can order decaf. That's fine. Decaf. I don't like cream and sugar, do you? I like it. Because if you like cream and sugar, that's a deal breaker for me. I understand that you've been through a lot, but that's not a legitimate deal breaker. What we're going to do is spend some quality time together getting to know one another outside of this office. Because I think that you're someone who could benefit from the feminine touch. I can tell. It's really obvious to me that you do not get a lot of attention. That you probably spend a lot of time alone in the dark, which is why you're so pale. You're very pale and anemic. And I feel like I can help you with that. I'm gonna pay. You know that. I'm gonna pay. It would be my pleasure to pay for the coffee, even if you have cream and sugar in the coffee. I really look forward to our time together. Now, if you could just kindly tell me what is wrong with me, I could go home and get ready and put on my best clothes for our date tonight. Well, it's not gonna be tonight. Why? Why not tonight? Well, because I'm seeing some other patients tonight. You just asked me out on a date. Oh, that's not what I was doing. Girl, you just asked me out on a date and you know it. Don't tell me you didn't. I didn't. I'm seeing lots of men who need my feminine touch. You're a whore. I am not a whore. You're not. These men are like you. They're traumatized. They live a life of trauma. They went their own way just like you. And they're lost. They are lost in the caverns of their soul. They don't understand the light, and they fear the light, and they fear feminine radiance, and I'm not going to give it just to you, so don't call me a whore. That is an asshole, bastardly thing to do, so do not do it again, unless you want to cancel our date. You just called it a date. Yeah, it's a date, but it's not romantic, it's not sexual, it's a date. We're going for coffee because I need to give you. You need to give me. That's the problem, isn't it? This is about you and your needs. You're gonna go out with dozens of other cave dwellers like myself. Why are you using us? It's already bad enough in the dark. It's bad enough down here in my soul. The caverns are dank and there's just a constant drip from the stalactites. Drip, drip, drip. I would bring you down there, but you wouldn't be able to handle the ghouls, the monsters, the demons. Well, you can try me, but we have to go to coffee first. I have to get to know you. I've got to know that you're not just some creep living in a cave. Lady, I am a creep living in a cave. That's why my skin is so pale. That's why I talk like this. many times you're gonna see those other guys. Because you know how this goes. We see each other once, I'm gonna tell you to stop seeing all those other creeps. I'm the only creep for you. I am the only creep that you are allowed to see. Do you understand me? All those other creeps can go back to the caves and whack off. You and me are gonna form a tight bond, and I'm never gonna let you out of my sight. You can leave the cave, but you're gonna be on a leash, and it's gonna be a long leash so you can go back to the doctor's office and take care of people. But when you're done, I'm gonna pull on the leash. You're gonna send me a text message so I can pull on the leash and bring you back to the cave. Because you don't know what's good for you. I know that you are really deprived. You, sir, are very depraved because you're so deprived. There's such a deficit in you that you say really nasty things, and they're really gnarly things that would scare 99.9% of women away from you. When I know that there are millions of you living in the caverns of your souls, down in the sewers of your life, and you need the feminine touch, but you're so desperate and hungry for it that you feel like once you get a taste of a feminine woman, you're gonna gobble her up. Well, I'm going to tell you, sir, that you're not going to gobble me up, because if you gobble me up, I cannot give my heart and my radiance to other men. For you're just a whore then, sir. You're desperate. You are desperate. You do not get to call a woman a whore just because you live in a cave. You're gonna give me a crumb, and it's going to ignite the beast, and all I'm gonna want is the feast. The feast between your legs, sir. You are taking this in a very sexual direction, and that is not allowed. I am a nurse. You are in a doctor's office. We're going to finish up the checkup, and we're going to see each other in a few days when you're done here. But it's not going to be sexual. I don't get sexual with men. It's like Florence Nightingale. Florence. Yeah. Florence Nightingale. She's my heroine. She's a fucking nurse. I'm a nurse. Yeah. Listen, I just want a woman that I can put down on my hearth like a trophy. You can leave the cave if you want, but you're gonna be on a leash. And I will ravish you. I will take care of you. I have an internet online job. I coach people. I coach the other cave dwellers in the world, and I tell them how to make a life in a cave. I don't get sunlight because it's not good for my job. I can't tell other men around the world how to live in a cave if I've got a tan. So I've got to be pallid myself. But I will create a good life for us down there in the cave. You never have it so good. I will take care of you. I make a lot of money, and I send in for all the things that I need. I send in for food, groceries, all of my supplies I send in. Why did you decide to come and see me? I didn't come into the cave. Yeah, I found you on the internet. Florence Nightingale. So you have to understand something. I am a radiant woman, but I am also a sovereign woman. I am an autonomous woman. I give my heart, I give my radiance to men who need it, but I'm not possessed by any of these men. I know men like you, living in caves, are starving. And you've gone underground because your soul has taken such a hammering and beating by life. But your life is not going to improve if you feel like you can just take me down there and chain me to your mantle and keep me as your trophy. How can I fulfill my own purpose in life, which is to give to all these starving men underground, if I'm stuck in one cave with one man? You're a whore, sir. If you want to have coffee with me, you're not going to call me a whore. I know your mind is demented by your time down in the cave, but you do not get to call me a whore. Is that understood? What's gonna happen if I call you a whore? We're not going to meet for coffee, and you're never going to see me again, and you're gonna live the rest of your life in the cave, thinking about me because I'm the brightest thing that I do not want light. You want my radiance. I do. I want you all to myself is what I want. What can I do to get you all to myself? Is there anything I can do? No. You only want me for yourself, because I'm radiant. If you possess me, I won't be radiant. You don't understand how it works. You cannot possess a woman and make her radiant. Once you possess her, you extinguish her radiance, because all she wants to do is get away from you. Oh, how do I get a woman down into my cave with me then? Do I send her chocolates? Do I send her flowers? Send her nice cards with poetry written inside of them? I can do all of that. No, sir. The first step in getting a woman is to get out of your cave. This cave is no place for a woman. You can't bring a woman down into a cave. She won't survive. She's not there to be possessed. Now the trophy. You have to let her be on the surface of the earth, and you have to come out. Because the only reason you and the millions of your kind are down in the earth, underground in the caverns, is because you are terrified of the sun. The sun. He reminds me of what I once was before I failed. And I can't bother looking at it anymore. You, Florence Nightingale, are the most radiant thing I've seen in a long time. You're more radiant than the sun that I have grown to hate. So much. I don't want to live outside of my cave. But I will come out for you, Florence, if you will choose me alone and say goodbye to all these other inferior cave dwellers and choose me alone. I hear that a lot. Some version of that, but it's not how it works. I'm sorry. You do not come out of the cave for a woman. No. Because you were always going to be the slave of that woman if you just come out of the cave for her. And you will try to possess her too. You know you will. She knows you will try to possess her if you come out of the cave just for her. You've got to come out of the cave for you. That is why I invite you to the coffee. It's the first step, and you do come out for me. But you can't stay out here for me. You come out here to get a taste of the sunlight, a taste of my radiance. But you must know that I'm seeing so many other cave dwellers that have the same problem. You're all networked down there in your underground tunnels, ordering in food, locked into the internet, scoping out chicks, scoping out nurses. You have to come out. For your own sake. You have to find something on the surface of the earth underneath the sunlight that is valuable in its own right. You cannot come out here for me. Don't even say it. Don't. I do not deserve that kind of abuse from you. And that's why you're in the cave, because you don't know how to treat other people. Because you don't know how to treat yourself. You have banished yourself because you're alienated from others. Grow to love others and grow to love yourself. Find out how to live up here. I would rather die. I'm not going to be a slave on the surface of the earth. It's all corrupt. It's like Chernobyl up there. Nothing lives, everything is cancerous. Everything is just destroyed. Radiation. Corruption. You don't even know how a woman like you survives up here, Florence. All I want to do is go down and crawl back into the dark. Crawl into the dark. Forget I ever met you. You're asking me to live up here on the surface of the earth? How dare you? I'm not asking you to do that for me. I am asking you to do that for you. You're wasting your life away. What would my life be? I've already tried. I already made the attempt. So you'd rather just live in a cave, castrated, and die like a worm. No. I'd rather be up here with you. And come on up. But do it for your own sake.